hope, and don't worry. That's the famous mantra of St. Pius of Pietrelcina, better known as St. Padre Pio. St. Padre Pio, whose feast day September 23rd, is one of the three great saints of modern times, along with St. John Paul II and St. Faustina Kowalska. Padre Pio was an Italian Franciscan Capuchin friar. He was a priest, stigmatist, and a mystic. He was born in 1887 and he died in 1968, so very much a modern saint. This humble friar was especially known for his many miracles. They included healing, bilocation, prophecy, the stigmata, communicating with angels, and even reading souls. Aren't you glad you didn't have to go to confession to him? He was known to tell people, I think you forgot something. What about this? So he had the God-given grace to be able to read souls. But I want to share with you just one of his many miracles. Padre Pio was with his superior at the time, Padre Carmelo of Cesano, and some other friars, and they were attending a concert, a show at a concert hall that was in the friary, at the friary. Padre Pio was following along with great interest and enthusiasm. And during the intermission, Padre Pio leaned forward with his head on the chair in front of him like that and seemed to be asleep. He was silent and motionless. Well, Padre Carmelo and the other friars didn't want to disturb him. They thought he was tired. But as the intermission ended, he got back up and the show resumed and he continued to visit with his brother friars. And then at the end, he and Padre Carmelo walked back to the friary where they had their evening prayers and went to bed. Well, Padre Carmelo didn't think anything of it until the next evening. He was visiting a sick man in town. And the man thanked him for letting Padre Pio come to him last night. Father Carmelo was perplexed. He said, he did not come to you last night. He was at the concert hall with me all night. And we walked back to the friary together, and that's where we went to our cells. He wasn't here. Well, the man and his family insisted that Padre Pio had been there physically in the house. Padre Carmelo asked him, what time was this? Precisely what time? And when they gave the time, it was the exact time of the beginning and the end of the show's intermission, when Padre Pio appeared to be napping. So that's one of his many miracles, one of bilocation. Now remember that a miracle, according to the Catechism of the Catholic Church, it's a sign or wonder such as a healing or control of nature, which can only be attributed to God. It's not a magic trick. It's not sorcery. And likewise, the truly most amazing thing about Padre Pio was his devotion to Christ and his persistence in conforming his will to God's will for him. And his reward was Christ graciously sharing some of his incredible powers with Padre Pio, and even his own wounds. One aspect of Christ's will for us that Padre Pio emphasized over and over again was Christ's repeated command to us, do not be afraid. Padre Pio would gently tell those who came to him and with worry and anxiety that to worry was actually to doubt Jesus' promise of eternal life with him. So remember, brothers and sisters, pray, hope, and don't worry. This could be you.